Hey, GW coming to you live. Got a few things to discuss today, so just bear with me or take a seat and relax and let me discuss some of the things that I heard about and what's on the news. First of all, Hollywood is mourning the loss of a bright star. If you guys have seen the news or have looked at Google, you might have seen Burt Young had passed away. Now, the newer generation might not know who Burt Young is, but for people like me who have watched Rockies, and mob movies, he's synonymous with great acting. Burt Young is obviously famous for his role of Paulie in the Rocky movies. Paulie, if you guys don't know who that is, was the brother of Rocky's girlfriend, then wife. So he brought a sort of bulldogish gentleness to that role, if you will. He was also on another movie of mine, a favorite of mine, called Once Upon a Time in America. That film can be debated from now till the end of time because the director had passed away before it was finished. He was also on a movie called Chinatown with Jack Nicholson. He's done over 160 movies, but what people don't know about him is he was also a painter. And his characters seem to have like I said, a bulldogish toughness or gentleness to them. And I remember the first time I actually started admiring his work was in Rocky Four, where Rocky fought the Russian, Ivan Drago. There's a sequence in that film that really, it was Paulie's birthday in the movie, and that whole segment to me was just to me a classic. I don't know why I like that segment so much in that movie, but I do. I think it's one of the better done movies. And I know his character in Once Upon a Time in America was just amazingly well written. For those of you who do not know what Once Upon a Time in America is, it's about a group of Jewish gangsters, one being Robert De Niro. I think his name's Noodles in the movie. I could be wrong. I haven't seen it recently because, guys, it's a 4.5 hour movie. If you get the director's cut, the thing's almost 5 hours. So forgive me if I don't know names. I watch it once a year. But it covers 10 years in the life of these characters. And James Woods is in it. And it's an all star cast. You guys should look it up. It's a great film if you have the time. Never seen Chinatown, but I heard it's got rave reviews. And one of these days, I'm going to sit down and check that movie out as well. But when I heard he passed, he was 83 years old. No cause of death yet has been given. But he was just a really, really cool actor, man. And he was underrated a lot, I think, too. And I think also he never got the big break vehicle like De Niro or Joe Pesci or, you know, some of these big actors, like Leonardo DiCaprio. His big breakout role was the Titanic. Then he went on to do The Aviator. Then it was Wolf of Wall Street, and so on and so forth, or The Remnant. Then, you know, Wolf of Wall Street. The Basketball Diaries was his breakout role. Sorry about misleading you, but I don't think he ever got a very good star vehicle. If he did, I don't know about it. But Rocky made him famous, and you guys should check that out. He's in, I believe, 1 to 5. I don't know if he's in anything else because I don't remember those movies as well. But he will be a star that will be missed, and he was one of my favorites. As far as the characters that I knew that he portrayed. Then let's talk about the next thing, guys. We have something that really shouldn't have happened. We have had the film Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey be shown at a fourth grade class in Miami, Florida. Now, how this happened, I do not know. I know there's multiple articles about it online, and I just want to sit here and I want to talk about this for a minute. First of all, the movie's streaming free on Peacock, and 1 to 2 weeks ago, 1 to 2 weeks ago, I believe, 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 1 to 2 weeks ago, I b It doesn't look like a very big budget type thing, and being is the fact that Winnie the Pooh is public domain now, it seems like once something becomes public domain, basically people can do whatever they want with the property. In this case, they turned Winnie the Pooh into a cute little Christopher Robin loving bear into a savage Jason Voorhees type killer. And I get the fact that they did it, and I get the fact that, yeah, it would be a cute spin or a terrifying spin to put on a cute little kids movie to sort of reinvent or to turn it into something else. That I understand. What I don't understand is how this film, which has no rating, guys, okay, can be brought in a fourth grade and shown by a teacher. Now, they said they watched about 10 to 20 minutes of the film. And I guess in the 10 to 20 minutes of the film, a lot of violent crap happens. I have never seen it. I am on the fence about this film because, on one hand, I didn't really. Winnie the Pooh wasn't my thing. But I understand for millions and millions of people, that was their go to childhood, safe blanket, if you will. On the other hand, I'd like to see just how bad this film could be with budget restraints and story writing. When you watch the trailer, it looks like a rampage movie where, Winnie the Pooh and Piglet are slashing up people left and right. But blood and gore in a horror film can only take you so far. You need a good story, you need a good script, you need good makeup, you need a good atmosphere. And like I said, I don't know how well the film is. I'm actually afraid to watch it. But anyway, they showed 10 to 20 minutes of this class. Kids were telling the teacher to turn it off, and the teacher let it play. Parents are all up in arms about this, and the director actually responded and said, look, how can anyone mistake this as a children's movie? Well, I'm going to tell you. When you put the name Winnie the Pooh on everything, if you got a 5-year-old or 4-year-old and that they know Winnie the Pooh from books or, they know it from cartoons or the TV specials, they're going to see Winnie the Pooh. You could put Winnie the Pooh on anything. You could put Winnie the Pooh on a gun case, or a knife. And the kid's going to go, Winnie the Pooh, I want that. Why? They don't know it's a knife, but they know they want that Winnie the Pooh thing because it hits a chord and it appeals to your younger child intellect. So kids are traumatized. So I can't remember what school it is. I just read this and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Now, one of the reasons that it actually got played is because it has no rating. Perhaps if the film would have been R or NC-17, that would have been a clear-cut indication not to show this film. However, this kid picked this for the class to watch. Maybe he did it on a dare. Maybe his bigger brother gave it to him. I don't know the details. But regardless, this film is going to probably be, discussed and brought up. And interestingly enough, a sequel is in the works. And I don't honestly know if I'll even check that out. So there's that. I just thought that was kind of crazy, And then you have the biggest news on this episode or this segment, if you will. And it's very troubling to me, and it's something that's going to affect a lot of people down the road. It seems like Best Buy, Target, and Walmart are all phasing out physical media. That's your video games, your Blu-rays, your DVDs, and I know tons and tons of people that, go to these places, buy this stuff. And here's my thought. if you go ahead and you get rid of all the DVDs in the world and you get rid of all the Blu-rays, you know how much money is in Blu-ray players, you know, and in your video game systems. You figure you pick up a new Xbox One, what's it got in it? A Blu-ray player, right? That kind of technology is obsolete. So now you have all these videos. You have PlayStation. PlayStation 4 are Blu-ray games. You have DVDs that are going to be virtually useless or sold under the black market. So here's the only way to fix that. If you would buy a movie digitally, let's just say hypothetically you pre-order Titanic in 4K digitally. Most of the time you're just going to get the movie. Now, I bought a movie a while back, and I'm going to use an example. I bought Avengers Endgame on digital, and I ended up later buying it on Blu-ray. And one of the reasons I bought it on Blu-ray is because it had over 4 hours of extra stuff in there. The only way I could see justifying getting rid of Blu-rays, DVDs, or anything is if somebody, one corporation, say Paramount Plus, comes along. And Paramount Plus says, you know what? I'm going to buy all these, every DVD, Blu-ray in existence. Okay? And I'm going to digitize them. So that if you were to go, say, buy Scarface, the Ultimate Edition on digital, you would have the movie. You would have 4 hours of deleted scenes. You would have the TV version. You would have everything that the Blu-ray came with. So if streaming can pull that off, I'm all for it. But then again, there are movies on DVD that honestly have not been on any streaming platform and probably never will. Kevin Smith's Dogma is a perfect example. You can look that up. You can try to find that streaming anywhere, but it's very, very hard to find. Some of the older films, you know, some of the real old movies you can't find on Blu-ray, you know, or on digital streaming. Natural Born Killers, perfect another example. You can't find that on streaming. You might be able to buy it from Amazon, but anywhere else, you're pretty much screwed. Now, video games are a different breed because video games and video game companies have made it easier for you to stay home and purchase your game. That's all fine and good because I do it. I do it a lot. In fact, I'm doing it next weekend. But here's the other thing, the flip side of the coin. If you have some older video games, right, you might not be able to buy them on digital. I have a few games right now that if I put in my Xbox, it says cannot be played. I have nowhere to play them. So again, if you're going to make digital video games, take everything and try to put it in a cloud so people can buy games like, I don't know, one off the top of my head is Lollipop Chainsaw. You know, another one is Family Guy. I know Family Guy will not play on the newer consoles, but if you bought it, you see what I'm saying? The physical copies of games are needed because what if, just like horror films back in the day, what if you have a copy of, I don't know, GTA 4, right? And I'm just using this game as an example. What if GTA 4 suddenly becomes unavailable and you can't buy it at Amazon, yet you have that physical copy? It's going to be worth a lot of money because you will not be able to purchase it. You know? I think the whole thing is stupid. I think if you're going to do anything with physical media, transform it into something else. Like, think about it. We went from DVD to Blu-ray. Or wait, I'm sorry, DVD to UHDVD. Ultimate high def DVD. I remember that because when I bought my Xbox One, I bought a UHD player, thinking that was the big time. That was before Blu-rays had come out. And my first UHD was King Kong with the newer one, with Jeff Bridges, with Jack Black. My wife wanted to watch that, so I remember picking up the whole system, paid like $400 for it, got the DVD, they gave it to you for free, and then I got Smoking Aces. That was my second UHD DVD. And it came with the UHD DVD, which was sharp as hell in picture and sound, and you got the regular DVD. So you got both of them if you bought that. And then they come out with Blu-ray. And it seemed like Blu-ray was taking over. Then all of a sudden, whoa, we got 4K coming. Because they got smart. They made a bunch of TVs that could play at high definition, higher definition than a Blu-ray. So now you have 4K. So the only latest change is now you're adding sound, which they call, it's not Dolby Atmos. Yeah, it is. That's what it is. And it's like, it's a thing where if you plug it in and a spaceship's coming down or, a jet's flying over top, it gives you the feeling in your room, in your stereo system, where the jet is actually coming out because the noise is programmed to come down that way. I don't think getting rid of physical media and getting rid of DVDs is the answer. I mean, because sooner or later, if you start getting rid of stuff, like if you get rid of, I'll give you another example. I'll give you a perfect example of why you shouldn't get rid of physical media. Because let's just say you have a first run cut of Ghostbusters. And let's just say in that cut, there's a scene that they added that they didn't realize they added, but it's on your DVD. And all of a sudden, they realize that, they pull all the DVDs back, or they remake them without that scene. Now your Ghostbusters DVD is considered a collector's item. So because it's considered a collector's item, you're never going to see it again because they have caught the mistake. You see what I'm saying? Or they do this. Say that you get a copy of Fight Club. You buy the 3-disc set. I know because I did it. A couple years down the road, you're like, maybe I should get a new 3-disc set of this. And you go on Amazon, discontinued. Then you start looking at the price. Brand new, $500. Why? Limited run, guys. Limited run. And that's the other reason you shouldn't. Or you get this going on. Like in the case of The Little Mermaid. Maybe you put out a DVD. Maybe the artwork is screwed up. And again, they catch it. They reissue the thing. But you have the original. The original is never, ever going to exist unless it's, owned by the people who went out and bought it. You see what I'm saying? Another reason that I think it's near and dear is for films that we love, like Jaws. Everybody I know loves Jaws except for people who haven't seen it yet, who should open their eyes and go see it. But here's the other thing. They released a 40th anniversary edition Blu-ray. Those who picked it up, you could probably still get it, but eventually it's not going to be available. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have anything physical and you're counting on digital, for every Blu-ray and DVD in the world to be transferred, you're looking at time, and then you have to deal with rights. Look at Moonlighting, for crying out loud. The Moonlighting DVD was put out, and they put them all out, and then they had music issues. So they're not available anymore. You can watch it on Hulu, yes. Can you probably burn a pirated copy? Yeah. But can you buy the actual physical? Probably not. So my point is, getting rid of physical media, it's not a good answer. I don't like it. And it's just going to cause more problems. And I know everybody is going high tech now, but I don't understand. I like the feeling of going into a Walmart or a Target and going back to the DVD section and looking around and maybe finding something you don't have to order on Amazon, you know, and picking it up and bringing it home. I cannot tell you how many DVDs or Blu-rays I bought from Target or Walmart. And even 4K DVDs. You know, I have a 4K player. I know millions of you guys do. And then they're saying that they're going to be out of the DVD player business. Well, great. But where's the payoff? For those of you who don't have access, for those people who don't have access to the internet or to download or upload or whatever, good luck finding your favorite movie on Amazon whenever you don't even have the means to do it. So I think keeping DVD players, Blu-ray players, and the Blu-rays alive, I think it's beneficial to everybody because not everybody has the means to get on the computer, to get on your Amazon account and buy things digitally. And that's the other thing. A while ago, I bought a movie off Amazon called Infinity Pool. David Cronenberg's son's gory, crazy tale about being put to death, coming back, and really getting high from it. I bought that off Amazon. Quick story. Bought that off Amazon. I went to play it. As soon as I went to play it, I had to run to the bathroom, so I hit stop. I ran to the bathroom, came back. It's telling me my purchase is not complete. I called, and Amazon had simply erased my order. So I called after talking to many a technician and video guy. They said, oh, your purchase is never made. Yet I have a receipt. They didn't want to honor it, so whatever. I said, just put it on the next purchase we make. So what I did was, we have a smart TV. So I went to Google, and I bought that movie off Google. You know what? Google wanted less money, and I still have it on there, digital. And I did the same thing with Cocaine Bear. So, again, I don't really buy movies off Amazon. The last movie I bought was Knock at the Cabin, and that's only because I got it for free because of the Infinity Pool deal. But what I'm saying is sometimes digital is unreliable. And it might be so unreliable that the whole thing is going to backfire. And it would be nice to watch, if the internet goes down or your digital purchase doesn't go through, it would be nice to sit back, grab a copy of your favorite movie on Blu-ray, forget about ordering on Amazon, pop it in a DVD player, have a beer, and just sit there and watch it. Forget getting rid of Blu-rays and DVDs. It's a stupid business move in my view, and I think a lot of other people think the same thing. So, I didn't mean to go off on a rant, but I think the whole move is stupid. Leave DVDs alone. I mean, leave video games alone. But then you'll have analysts and marketing people tell you, well, digital orders account for 90% of it. Yeah. But what happens when the digital orders that you make don't go through? And you hope. That's the thing. Every time you purchase a movie, you hope it goes through. And people take that for granted. But if you have something solid in your hand, and you look down and you say, I got this, you could potentially be holding a collector's item because you never know this world. And I think it's stupid. Now, CDs have gone the way of digital. You can still buy them. But again, I think you ought to leave it alone, you know? And that's the big argument. We want everything more convenient. We want it in an instant. Well, that's great, but you're forgetting that sometimes you need to hold something in your hand to know it's real, not just hope it appears on a digital platform, guys. But I've spent too much time talking about this, but that's just my take on it. And who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll have something else. My grandmother's turning 99 tomorrow, so we're going to go and we're going to wish her a happy birthday. Because you never know. You know, I want to thank everybody who's followed me. And I know a lot of people know what's going on with my grandma and the situation. And I just want to say, for those of you who know, thank you for your support. And for those of you who don't know, if you guys want to know, you guys can always come talk to me and I will tell you. I'd like to say, what's up to Casey, Emily, Connor, Peyton, who I haven't given a shout out, Bree. I'd like to give a shout out to my man JM, Justin Mays, holding it down. My man Marcus. I got peoples all over the place, and I really appreciate it. My man John, my man Josh. I play video games with him all the time. Everybody that's cool, man. You guys are the reason this channel's still going. It ain't me. I just come on and do my thing. But 52 people pay attention to me, and I feel like I'm doing something. So I give you guys all the credit in the world for supporting me and commenting. And my girl Jackie Carson, you guys got to check her out, man. She is on fire as of late. And I told her something the other day, guys. I said, you know what? Thanks for being cool, because sometimes in this world you get people that are nice to your face and they'll put you on a chop and block the minute you turn your back on them. They're not real friends, but they act friendly to your face, but they ain't friends. So I just said, hey, thanks. And you know what? She might be a little famous, more famous than me, but you know what? She treats me like a human being and as a friend. And that's something that's rare nowadays, you guys. So, but thank you guys for listening. I hope you learned something.